I'm the composer and artistic director of Time in a Bottle. It's a perfume bottles exhibition with music and drama and a specially concocted scent and a narrative about the human civilization. This is our story. One of my favorite scenes is scene 2. I'm calling it the vast wisdom. And by wisdom is actually a bunch of questions. So you ask yourself why you exist, what is your purpose in life? And I've created a canopy of starlight, and each star is made of perfume bottle. And under this starry night, you do ponder the question, where are we going? And what is the next step? And what are we doing here? Scene 4, it's called the Imperial Dynasties. It's between China and Japan, the two cultures, how they interact, intercross, and interchange. At the center road, it's one very special bottle called Asia by Fendi, the Italian designer. So what's so special about that? It's what I wanted to say was like, no matter how rich you are or how poor you are, nothing compares to a bowl of rice to warm the heart and the stomach. And on top of that, I have a pair of chopstick-like perfume bottles, and totally unrelated to the Fendi bottle, but I think it really complements the theme perfectly. So I put them together right at the center, at the focal point of that scene. So I think it really completes the picture perfectly. Scene 6, I'm calling it Vanities and Necessities. And the whole scene is composed of perfume bottles that look like jewels. So you have a bracelet, a diamond, string of pearls, and emeralds, sapphire, all of that. But in order to get that, we have to pay a lot of money. And do we really need those sparkling jewels in order to make us happy? I think that is the question I'm asking with this scene. And the good thing about that is when you actually look on top of the scene, looking at it, the bottles actually form a smiling face. But in order to get a smiling face like that, you might need to pay a lot of money. Scene 11 is very special because it is about death, and because of that, I think it needed something to pull the audience into that world, because scene 1 to scene 10, all of that is history. So we've known history, it's written, but then 11 is about the future, something about the unknown. And I think scent, it can be more effective in pulling the audience in, more so than words, more so than visual. So that's why I have a perfumer to concoct a scent just for this scene. Hardest scene for me to do was the last one, scene 12. I'm calling it Going Home, because it's a very simple message, but it's super hard to execute. It's about a person finding the way home. So everybody has moments of getting lost, and in order to find a way home, you really need to shed a lot of your burdens, a lot of your complication, trial and tribulation in life in order to find it. And I think I found a way to show that in a very simple way of how to go from very complicated matters to very simple matters. The music is very different. It really differs from every scene. It depends on what the scene is about, what the narrative is. For example, Egypt, you have a very Egyptian-styled music in there. And of course, when it gets to Japanese and Chinese, the music will vary accordingly. And there's some very modern music as well when it gets to, for example, the rebuilding of the modern cities, then it's very cutting edge. And then Death has another specially written music. So every scene is like a cosmo of its own with a different type of music, except for one scene, which is war. And there's no music for that one, but sound effect. This is a great collaboration with Matsuo-san. I knew that I wanted somebody with a theatrical background because my original exhibition back in 2010 was with a theater designer. So I wanted to have another theater designer to work on this because it is a very theatrical exhibition, meaning that it has a story, a narrative to be told. So I wanted somebody to understand that without me telling him or her what this should be about. So I think what she created was just so larger than life, and not only do the designs complement the perfume bottles perfectly, it really elevates them to a different level. So I think it's a great exhibition and presentation. One of my favorite bottles is the Crescent Moon by Lancôme. And because it's so rare that it took me 15 years, and how many of us actually have 15 years to actually track down a bottle, and this is one of them. And so when I actually got it, and I was just ecstatic. And it remains one of my favorite bottles ever, and you'll see that in the exhibition. I think Time in a Bottle, I heard it's sold out. I hope it is. And if you miss this time, but do go to Japan. It's going to be in Kanazawa in December 6th to 8th. Go there and see it again. Even if you did not miss this one, go there.